Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to make a statement on the incident of lawlessness at Ablekuma North parliamentary rerun election. Mr. Speaker, the violent incident that occurred and marred the parliamentary rerun election in Ablekuma North requires condemnation. Mr. Speaker, this House, and indeed the nation, must take very seriously the coordinated act of violence, intimidation, and lawlessness that occurred on the 11th of July 2025. These events present one of the most dangerous assaults on our democratic order since the return to constitutional rule in 1992. Mr. Speaker, this was not merely an electoral misconduct. What happened in Ablekuma North was a calculated military-style operation targeted at disrupting our electoral process and intimidating political opponents. If left unchecked, it risked normalizing political violence in our democratic culture. Mr. Speaker, permit me to highlight some of the deeply disturbing incidents. First, at St. Peter's Society Methodist Church polling station, a group of thugs stormed the premises on motorbikes and in vehicles. Honorable Hawa Kumsin, a former member of parliament, was physically assaulted in broad daylight. Our parliamentary candidate, Nana Ekuo-Wusu-Efriye, sustained some injuries to her face. Former MP Dakwa Newman and several other MPP party agents were also attacked. Electoral officials fled. Voters were terrorized. At Awoshi DVLA polling station, individuals dressed in brown uniform impersonated security personnel to gain access and misled voters until they were confronted and they failed in that instance to provide any form of identification. Elsewhere, including Asiedu Jedu Memorial School, confrontation between thugs and police officers created chaos and endangered lives. Even journalists were not spared, Mr. Speaker. A Joy News reporter and GH1 TV's Ajekum Banahine were attacked. In fact, a police officer assaulted the latter while on duty. Mr. Speaker, this is a direct attack on press freedom and the right of citizens to be informed. These were not isolated events. This was a deliberate orchestration of violence across multiple polling stations. And what is even more troubling, Mr. Speaker, is that some officials have not only failed to condemn these acts, but have celebrated them openly and publicly. Mr. Speaker, for those public officers who have endorsed this political violence, I say that it's a breach of public trust and a dangerous precedent that undermines Ghana's democratic foundation. Equally disturbing are the growing concerns about the negligence of the Ghana Police Service. Allegations have surfaced implicating Chief Superintendent Lumo Frederick Senanu in facilitating this act. Whether by omission or commission, the police service failed to protect lives and the sanctity of the electoral process in Ablekuma North. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's democracy is at crossroads. We must not allow this descent into lawlessness to define our politics. That is why the Minority Caucus demands the following. 1, a full-scale investigation into the matter, a full-scale prosecution of individuals that will be identified as perpetrators of the violence, a clear and unambiguous condemnation of the violence from government, including apologies to those who were particularly victimized. Chris Lloyd Ni Kwe, the Deputy National Organizer, Hawa Kumsin, and our candidate Nana Ekuefrie. Mr. Speaker, we must not allow political violence to become normalized. Ghana's democracy must not be turned into a battlefield. The time to act is now. To the people of Ablekuma North, do not be cowed into silence. The right to vote is sacred and must never be trampled by fear or force. To civil society and all defenders of democracy, your voices are needed now than ever. The Minority Caucus, Mr. Speaker, will continue to use every constitutional means available to it to protect Ghana's democratic order and ensure that no political actor ever weaponizes violence for electoral advantage again. Mr. Speaker, our country, Ghana, stands at a crossroads. Government must choose: uphold democratic values or shelter those who undermine them. The choice government makes in the coming days will define this government's legacy and the direction of our democracy. May God bless Ghana and strengthen our republic. And Mr. Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you very much.